This book makes over $13,000 a month on Amazon. Let's take a look. In this series, we're taking a look at books that perform really well on Amazon to get a little bit of inspiration for books that we can create ourselves. I've previously looked at some colouring books and activity books, but today we're going to be looking at a kids' cursive handwriting book. Now, if we come onto Amazon, we can see that this book ranks number 1 after all of the ads for the search term cursive handwriting workbook for kids. So looking here, these first 4 are the sponsored ads, and it's this one which is a bestseller that we're going to look at today. So straight away we can see that it's got 13,704 reviews. That shows that it's a very, very good seller on Amazon. And it's also got the orange bestseller tag as well. So clicking on this, we can take a look at what makes it so special. So looking at the front cover, it's relatively straightforward. And this is one of the reasons why I wanted to look at this book today, because I think there's a potential to make something that can stand out against this fantastic book. So looking here, it's quite obviously a cursive handwriting workbook for kids. It showcases on the front cover what's included. So it includes upper and lowercase letters, as well as stroke formation. It includes colouring with a dot-to-dot method, and also learning to connect letters to form words. And then it's got here that it's cursive for beginners, alphabet, words and sentences. It calls out that it's over 100 pages, which is probably quite an important thing to do. And looking at the back, it includes some of its other books in similar areas. Now, just taking a quick step back and looking at this book, you can see that it's an 8.5 by 11 inch book. So that's the kind of standard large print size that you'd want to use for kids. It's got 108 pages. And the reading age is from 6 to 10 years old, and that's been suggested by customers. So if you're creating a workbook like this of a similar type, you're probably going to want to target it at a similar age range, maybe 6 to 10 years. Or another way to differentiate yourself could be creating one for 4 to 6 years olds, for example, but you'd need to make it that much simpler and design more for younger kids. But taking a look back at this, it's a relatively straightforward book. We can take a look here at some sample pages inside, and what it looks like it has one page for each letter. And so you've got here A is for alligator, and then it shows you how to draw the A's, and it's got some dot to dots for you to draw over, and then a space for you to do it freehand. So what I'd imagine here, it's got A through Z. It's also got lowercase and uppercase letters. So that's 52 pages straight away of just practicing the letters. And then it goes into numbers, and then it goes into sentences. So it's got the numbers here as an example. It's got some words, and then it's got some small sentences to practice. Now going back to the search term, we can see here at the top that there's around 1,000 results for this search term. That's not too bad, and there's potential there to rank up at the top on page 1 for that search term. And one of the reasons why I think there's slightly less competition when you compare it to things like colouring books is that it's quite a hard book to make. If you were going to create this yourself, you'd have to create all of the pages, you'd have to find the correct handwriting and do the directions on the cursive, do the dot-to-dot letters and lay it all out. Now, that might be something that you're interested in. If it is, if that's something that you can do, there's every chance of standing out and creating a unique product for this search term. And that's got the potential of making you hundreds of dollars every single month. However, there are other ways to make books like this. And so for that, we're going to come over to Fiverr. So if we search here for kids cursive handwriting book, you can see that there are some people on Fiverr who will create these workbooks for you. So what I like to do is look at ones with good reviews. So this person's got 5-star from 21 orders and 5 stars from 30. So if we click on this one, this is exactly the type of thing we are looking for. Now that is exactly the same as the best-selling interior. So this person either made that or they are ripping it off basically. So you just need to look around and be careful that you're not getting, pre-mades, that these are actually being made bespoke. But on this one, for example, you can get 40 cursive worksheets for £16.55, which is incredible. So here's another one. As I mentioned, it's just important to look around and find one that looks right for you. But this one looks like they will amend it based on your area. So this one's done I don't know, kind of like a vegetable or farming one. So they've used a C for carrot. So this one looks like it might have a little bit more customization. And for £41, you'll get a cover plus the back and 106 pages with full commercial usage. So basically, to make this book, instead of taking all the time and effort to make it yourself, you pay this freelancer on Fiverr £41 and they'll create the book for you. So with that, as I mentioned, it's just important to check around, making sure that they've got good reviews and they're not using pre-mades, and you've got the usage rights to publish it yourself as well. So now we've covered how you'd actually make these books, let's look at how much this book is selling. So when you scroll down to the bestseller rank down here, you can see that it's ranked number 524 in books on Amazon.com. Now that is incredibly high. That means it's selling a lot of books. But to find out how many books roughly it's selling a month, we can use a tool called Bookbird. So coming on to bookbird.io, you've got a tool called the KDP sales calculator. Here you enter the bestseller rank, which is 524, select your marketplace, which is Amazon, and the book format, which is paperback. And we can see from that it's making an approximate 6,870 sales every single month. In order to find out how much money that's actually generating, you click the add royalty calculator, enter the number of pages, which is 108, and the book price, which is $6.75. And so this one book is making an estimated $435 in royalties a day and over $13,000 in a month. That kind of shows you the power of Amazon KDP and why so many of us are focused on it as our big push on a side hustle. Because if you can get one book to rank organically for that number one spot for quite a highly searched keyword, there's every potential of making loads of organic sales every single month and bringing in a ton of income. So I don't know how much that this book spends on ads, but it's generating around $13,000 per month in income. For a relatively straightforward book, that is absolutely incredible. Now, if you're thinking, great, I'm going to make a cursive handwriting book, what I would say is try and differentiate and better it. So instead of copying the cover, doing exactly the same thing that it's doing inside, approach it from a different angle and try and make it better. So looking inside, it's a relatively straightforward book and it's not that beautiful inside, in my opinion. It's got nice elephant designs and some really straightforward formatting that looks like it was made in Word. So what you could try to do to differentiate yourself is make something that's so much prettier and designed a little bit more for kids. This one also seems to be focused on animals. So it's got C is for cheetah, B is for bear. So you could take another approach, maybe do it on dinosaurs, for example, or something else that kids will enjoy. So yeah, that's it for another video in this series. The aim of this video series is to try and find inspiration of books that are selling really well on Amazon to give us all ideas of new books to create that have the potential of making sales. If you make a cursive handwriting book, let me know in the comments down below. And until the next one, good luck with your niche research and good luck with publishing on Amazon. Cheers.